15-20, 15 assigned, 15 present, 1 honorary member. We got one who's the male Karen, sounds like Homer Simpson when he sounds off, who's always salty, but that's just because he's in the shape of an S. That's Murphy. We got one who's the original Florida man, who looks like someone tried to draw Freddie Mercury from memory. That's Meredith. We got one who tried to sham by getting a profile, but almost got recycled in the process. Who looks like Oscar the Grouch, kind of looks like him too. That's Musgrave. We got one who's a little ball of rage, goes through 4 eyebrows in a week, whose sheet metal game is almost as weak as his shoulders. That's Dane. We got one who's got a big body but little arms, whose gap between his toes could almost compete with the one between his teeth. That's Jimenez, a.k.a. Silverback.
Oh yeah! Stop laughing, Copeland.
We got one who was supposed to be in Golf 6, but got booted out for a chapter, who's been here longer than any of us, but just got his orders last week, whose name is a 3rd grader's playground. That's Heart Trace.
That's my buddy.
It's not even fair.
That's my buddy.
We got one who can be heard saying, "Sound off you," whenever someone farts in formation, who no one thought was gonna make it, but he surprised everyone, including himself. That's Deep. We got one who's usually the one stinking up the formation and being told "sound off you," who usually gives the golf instructors an aneurysm the moment his hand goes up. That's Manring.
Sound off you.
We got one whose arms are long enough to touch his knees without him bending over, who comes back from all his haircuts looking like a new recruit, but leaves AIT looking like a simp for the drill sergeant. That's Cubus. We got one who looks like a vampire and has the PT scores of a half-dead guy anyway. Did the Section 5 eval so nice the instructors had to see it twice. And is so damn curvy, even the drill sergeants are tracking. That's McCluskey, Stockenberg. We got one who's the thickest one in 007, but we didn't know that until we saw him in vacuum-sealed skinny jeans a week before graduation. That's Connell. We got one who doesn't have a mean thing to say about anyone, but I think it's just because he doesn't speak English. That's Figueroa. We got one whose Pokemon twin is Nose Pass, who tells everyone his nose isn't that big, but we all know he can smell his own bullshit. That's Ortega.
It's not even that big.
Shut up, big schnoz.
We got one who made it all the way up to 11 and a wake up, who defeated the Section 5 eval, but couldn't quite defeat his asthma. That's Dozier.
Oh!
Bye, Dozier. See you later, bro.
We got what? Who landed all of 007 in the front leaning rest for sounding off at the wrong place, wrong time, but that's every time he sounds off. Who thought he was the best MOS commander for the whole 2 weeks he had the position before getting fired. But most importantly, who tears up at the thought of coming in 2nd place. That's Bay.
1 second.
And we got one who joined the greatest fighting force in the world, only to pick flowers during police call, who has no problem yelling at everyone, but cries in the hang of a latrine when anyone slightly raises their voice at her. That's me, Monsewer. Golf class 007-20, signing off.
License!